This is Irontrader. It is hump day, which means it is crude day. Now, the API report came out last night, and crude had a build of 2.9 million barrels. Gasoline had a build of 1.9 million. Distillates had a draw of 3.8 million, and Cushing had a small draw of 0.1 million. Now, remember, the EIA report for crude oil will be out today at 10:30. We'll see if she all confirms. Okay, as usual, we'll take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and at natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell, stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, your daily chart. Let's take a little peek here. Okay, W pattern still very much intact here. Now, what we have here so far today is an inside day. Now, yesterday you can see here where we rose up here and we went right into that 8-day, but you notice it couldn't close above it. That's going to be very key there on the upside. Okay, so right now we're just kind of sitting in kind of limbo situation. So let's just look at the upside. So this is what you want to watch. That 103,721, that's going to be very key. You need to get and close above, not just pop above it just a hair ski, but you got to get right above it at 103,721. Then if we can, we'll come right to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 104,695. That's going to be your next resistant level. And then we just work ourselves right on up here, okay? So what you got there is you got 106,615, and then we have 107,100, and then we're going to come up here at 107,485 level here. Now, again, we don't just normally just kind of head rate for that 11,000 area. You always want to look to that left of that chart there at 108,475, and then at 108,960. That's going to be very key because that was that double top situation, and you could not break out from that high. Now, if we can get above that, well, then, yeah, 11,150, that's going to be your target, and then we can crack that on a closing basis, not just pop up, but then we're looking at that $115,000 to $117,000 area, okay? But right now here, we're just trading this range. Now, downside here, we want to watch yesterday's low. That's going to be key. That's 100,300. And then we want to watch that 21-day. That's going to be crucial, 99,557. And then we come right down here to that 50-day at 98,402. So right now, basically what you're trading is the 8-day on the upside, 21-day and 50-day on the downside, and we're going to see how she cracks. Now, again, you lose that 21-day, then we look to the 50-day, okay? So, again, if that 50-day there is lost here, then what we do is we just come right here on 96,855. We'll come here at 94,550. Then we can come over to the bottom of that candle there. You're looking at 92,350. And then we can come over here. This is going to be key level here, 91,735. And then we have your big spike down retest there up 89,525, which is a great buying opportunity because it closed back above. And then look how nice that rallied right on up there nicely. But right now, we're just trading here, trading this range. Okay, so just don't have no opinion. Just trade this range here till we crack, close above that 8-day. Then we just follow the candles up until maybe a possible retest of 11,000. Or if we lose that, then we have that 21-day and that 50-day on a closing basis, that is. Okay, not just spike down like we'd had here. On a closing basis, we hold that, then we're still going to be that sideways action. If not, then we just follow the candles down till we get a possible retest of that 89,525. Now, yes, there's a lot of support here underneath all of this here, especially we have this gap in this fill. You have 100-day, 200-day, but let's not worry about that right now here because this W pattern is still very much in play. Now, the new administration here, they're embracing the crypto. They have crypto czar going on there. So, you know, I wouldn't really worry about too much on the negative side here. I've been just scalping the long on the long side. When it came on down, then I'd scalp it on the long side. I wasn't taking a whole lot there on the short side, even though there's an easy trade on the short side, BITI. That's a good trader on the short side, but I like the IBIT. There's a zillion ways to trade it, you know, however you feel comfortable here, but just trade that range. Okay, we look at the RSI at 54, plenty of room to run in both directions. Your green is still over your red, even though she's kissing up a little bit right there. And but right, just trade this, okay, until she breaks up or she breaks on down. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, before we get here to the old crude oil and natural gas here, I just want to show you here, these are the futures for natural gas. We are now in that March contract, and you'll see on the chart when I show you how she's just dropping right off the map. Okay, so you're sitting all the way down at that 3.09 level, okay? See right here, you're in the March. See, we were just at that 340 level, okay? So you can see she dropped right on down. Now, as we get on rolling here, okay, April here, you got 3.13, 3.23. So you can see where it's gradually picking up here, okay, going into the summer months. But right now, see, this is the final drop after that 3.409. That's the low at 3.09. So when you see that chart, you now know that we are in the March contract. So let's take a look here and see how the charts look like. Okay, here we have the crude. Let me bigger up a little bit here for you. Okay, and there's a natty gas. See, there's that March contract. Okay, so I didn't want to freak you all right out here like, what the hell is he talking about? See, boom, March contract. Okay, here we are. Here we have the old crude ski going. Take a look at that first here. So yesterday we put that low in of 72.93. Today so far we put a low in of 72.93. Okay, so that is going to be your nice support levels there. Okay, so what if that is lost area? Then what we're going to do is we'll come right down to bottom of that candle, 72.70. That's your next support level, and then we're going to come down here to bottom of this candle at 72.38. If that's lost here, there are a couple more here. You have the 72.02, and then we have 71.79. But realistically, you're going to be hit for that 50-day at that 71.59 and possibly that 100-day at 71.07. Now, if we start losing these areas here, then we'll come right down to that price channel. Okay, and basically all that price channel is, these price channels, all they are just the bottoms and tops of candles. Okay, see where, like this is an easy one to see. See where you're at 80.77? It just shows you that price channel going on here up here. So it's a lot easier to see. That's why I like using the price channels. So say we lost all this level here. Well, then we just come right down to the next price channel, which is basically just the bottom of that candle. See how nicely that lines up? But it's easier to see. Say, oh, it's coming down here. I'm going to look to this next level instead of having to search in it. And then say, okay, that's lost. I'm going to come down to the bottom of this candle here, which is basically just the bottom of that candle. And that's your price channel. See, it makes life very, very easy. So as this is rising up here, it leaves the price channels here going on the other side very, very nicely. Okay, so that's the downside here. We're basically looking for, if we start losing that 72.93 and that 72.38, then you can come to that 50-day and that 100-day. Okay, now upside, okay, what do we have here is got 74.08. Okay, the next level there is going to be 74.31. But right now here, see this, I told you about this 8-day, how that's going to cross that over. Yesterday it was way up in here. I said when those futures open, watch those futures. She's going to come down, and now we're all sitting right here. Okay, so the 8-day is sitting at 74, 75, 74.90. Okay, and 74.83. So this is all your strong resistance. You have to get above that. But as the day goes on, if this can't do anything here, this 8-day is going to cross over there and it's going to push that price right down nicely. Okay, so right now here we just have a real tight range going. Okay, so upside, just watch that 74.83 level here, all the way to 74, right up to this 74.90 area. That is going to be strong resistance. If you can somehow something happens and you cross above it, well, then you're going to come up here to the 76 level, and we have 76.45. You come up here, 76.93, and then we can come all the way up there at that 77.86. But that does not look too promising, I can tell you that right now. There's just too much resistance here with the 8, the 21-day, and the 200-day. Now, remember, all the big boys have their chart set up just like I do. Okay, I know hedge fund guys that do the same exact thing. You got machines set up the same way. So when they see these resistance area, you're trading the same thing they are. Okay, so it doesn't make any difference if they're trading 2 million shares or if you're trading, okay, say you're trading 50 shares. Okay, it doesn't make any difference. Your resistance levels are all the same. So always remember that. Okay, we just have sideways action here until we just either going to break above or we're going to break down. I think we're going to break down here. I don't really see how you're going to get above this unless something dramatic happens. You get a war, you get something kind of some kind of a disruption. Then yes, can it go up there? Absolutely. But until then, it's going to be very tight. I think we're going to go sideways here to down situation. Now, this is one of the first tells when the green goes over your red here. That's a tell. When that 8-day starts to roll over, that's another tell. So always remember that. Now your price here is below your 8, your 200-day, and your 21-day. All that's left is the 50 and 100-day. We lose that, and then she's man out the window time. Okay, here we have the old netting gas. So you can see where the contract roll is. Boom, all the way down here. So yesterday we finished. You had a low of 336 there. You close at 337. Okay, so down goes Fraser right there. See, there's that contract roll. Okay, boom, right down. Okay, just like I'm going to show you here when we had the contract roll on the upside. Okay, so right here, this was the contract roll, and it rolled and it went up. Okay, it came down, filled the gap, and then shot right on up here. But this is just the opposite. So that's what we're looking at today. It just did fall off the map because if you look at KOLD and you look at UNG, everything is pretty much the same thing. Those don't roll like the natural gas does. Okay, so now we have this big gap here going. So so what you got is on the downside, looking at this 3.03 level. That's your 100 SMA here. Okay, now again, if that's lost here, we just follow these price channels over there. See that? How nice that is? Okay, 2 point. 977 level. Okay, and then we just follow the candles all the way on down here. You got 2.94, you got 2.90, you got 2.83, and then we'll come right over here to this price channel here. Then we have 2.68, and then you just follow the candle that's right on over. How nice that is, see? 2.64, and then bring that one right over here at 2.51, that price channel, until we get all the way down to the bottom. But again, as long as we hold this 100-day here, I always like to show you where it could possibly go. Now, this is going to be strong support, 2.66, if it ever gets down there. I mean, who knows? This is just a roll here. This could roll right on up here nicely. So basically today you want to watch that 3.03 level. That's that old Hondo. Okay, now on the upside we have this gap. Okay, so now you're looking at your high of 311, and then you have a fill all the way up here now at 336. So 311, 336, gap in your fill. Okay, but there's a lot of support here, resistance here in the meantime. Okay, so you got 314 level going on here. We come all the way up here. You got 329 level, and then we can come all here. You got 3.33 level before we hit that. Okay, so right now I don't really like trading this until we once those the gap gets filled, or let's give this a couple days here to shake out. So I won't be trading the natural gas here today because of this contract roll situation. Let's see how it all shakes out here before we get into it. A couple days here and get the charts back working, because all this does is just screw the charts up for me. Okay, RSI here, where we come on down, it's not nowhere near oversold. Green below your red, obviously that's man out the window time. And your 8-day rolled over, and now you crossed over your 21-day. This is not looking anything of a bullish situation at all. Okay, so now the weather is starting to get warmer. You're going into springtime. So I would just wait on this. However, okay, don't give up on the old net of gas, because, okay, T-Man there, he's getting all these pipelines going. He wants to be the king of LNG. So this here could be, and if they put in some new pipelines, they get a new situation. Natural gas could be a big player here going on here in the next year or two. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here at Midday Trading. We'll take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and at natural gas, and we'll see how everything shakes out. Now, remember, today is the 29th. Okay, so what do we got going here? Tesla's earnings after the close. Meta's earnings after the close. Microsoft earnings after the close. And then tomorrow, Apple's earning after the close there. So take that all in consideration. If you trade the old tech market, the easy way for me to trade the tech market is with TQQQ. Works like a charm. All right, trade what's in front of you. Now what you want.